It's entirely possible that I'm the least interesting person on BookTube. Hello and welcome back to Bookish, and welcome to a tag video. This is my BookTube Journey Tag, or the BookTube Journey Tag created by Katie over at the channel Books and Things. She was kind enough to tag me, and I thought I would do this tag, if I can get my questions to load up correctly, which I can't. Hang on. Alright, so here we go. I'm going to be looking at the questions on my phone and answering kind of off the cuff. I've looked through them, but I haven't thought out my answers very well. We'll see how it goes. Question number one, how long have you been watching BookTube? I looked at BookTube, and question number two, by the way, is how long you've been making BookTube videos. So my first BookTube video, I believe, I made 5 years ago, so that would be somewhere around, I think, June of 2019. That's what I usually tell people, even though I'm not 100% positive that's true. And then how long I've been watching. Once I found that BookTube existed, I probably watched for a few months, so, you know, a little over 5 years I've been watching BookTube. Question three, what made you start making videos? I already had a different YouTube channel, and when I found out BookTube existed, being an opinionated narcissist, I guess, I thought, you know what? What the world needs is me sharing my opinions about books and politics and all kinds of other stuff, so I just started making BookTube videos along with videos from my other channel, and then eventually I just stopped making videos for the other channel and just concentrated on BookTube. Question four, are there any people who played a significant role in your BookTube journey? Probably the people who, you know, I've known and who've been friends for the longest time on BookTube, and then the channels I started off watching. There's no way for me to do this unless I were to list like 50 or 60 people without leaving you know, a significant number of really important people out. But the first channels I watched were Steve Donahue, Katie's channel for Books and Things, Olive from A Book Olive. Those were probably the first channels that I really watched and watched their videos before I was making videos. Let's see, question five, what kind of books do you like to read? I primarily read literary fiction. That always sounds like a snobby thing, and to be honest with you, I hate the term literary fiction. I would just like for it to us to just call it fiction, which is what it is, and then, you know, separate other types of fiction out into genre fiction. You know, fiction is clearly written to be genre fiction. Like my favorite genre of fiction other than literary fiction would be mysteries and thrillers and kind of crime, not true crime, but kind of fictionalized crime writing. I also read a lot of nonfiction and history. I like those too, but that term literary fiction always bothers me because the literary word is awfully snobby, I think, oftentimes. Anyway, but that's primarily what I read. Let's see, question six. How has that changed been on BookTube? We don't have long enough for me to make that video. I came onto BookTube, and I would probably fall into the heading of kind of a dude bro reader, in that most of the literary fiction I'd read was primarily written by men of a certain kind. Hemingway, Cormac McCarthy, Faulkner, you know, those kind of writers were my writers, and what BookTube has done for me is really opened my eyes to a whole world of other writers and other books. You know, I had read a lot of Toni Morrison before I got on BookTube, and quite a bit of Louise Erdrich's work before I got on BookTube, and some others, but really it was BookTube which expanded my reading in all kinds of ways. Fiction, nonfiction, and really diversified my reading. For a while I was self-consciously reading diversely, and now it just happens, which is just really the greatest gift that BookTube's ever given me, outside of, you know, friendships and relationships. Question seven, what kind of videos do you most like to make? The videos I most like to make are the ones where I can just talk about something kind of unscripted. I really do like making individual book reviews. Those are fun. But I just like talking about books, videos where I sit here at this chair, which is 97% of the videos I do, in which I talk about books or politics or history or whatever it is that I'm talking about that week. Question eight, how has that changed since you started BookTube? Do you think your video making style has changed over time? Not really. I don't think the way I make videos or the kind of videos I make has changed, not nearly in the same way that what I read has changed. Question nine, do you script and or edit your videos, and has that changed over time? I don't script my videos that are like this. I don't script videos where I'm just kind of talking about or wrapping up what I read. I don't script videos in which I have kind of like short reviews, like I said in a wrap up. I do usually write out talking points on like an index card for videos where I'm going to be reviewing a book or talking about a specific topic, and I know there are points I want to hit. I write those points down, but for the most part, I've never had a typed script that I just kind of go from. One exception might be my criticism of Gone with the Wind and my attack on it as a racist book. I didn't script that, but I did have a fairly detailed list of things because I wanted to bring evidence, actual quotes in the book which supported what I was saying. Let's see. Question 10. What's the most viewed video on your channel? I believe that is... I'll have to look real quick. I can't remember the title of it, which is shocking to say. Hang on a second. Okay, so the most popular video on my channel is 11 Modern Classics You Don't Have to Read, and then unless you want to. And that has had 71,000 views. I followed that up by 11 Modern Classics I Wish People Would Read, and that had 63,000 views. And those are by far my two biggest, probably by an order of magnitude of about 50,000 views. I don't normally get anywhere near that many, and those two were a real surprise to me. And it kind of, I really liked it because it by attracting more people to my channel, it gave me an opportunity to engage with more people. And I don't know if there's a question about this or not, but what I love about BookTube and what I really love about making videos is engaging in comments with people. Even if it's just like, hey, they tell me something I was wrong, and go, you know, hey, great for you. Or if there's, I don't mind a debate from time to time in the comments as long as it's constructive. Sometimes I'm the guilty party in making it not constructive, sometimes it's the other person. But I really like that engagement, and so I've kind of kept up doing those kinds of videos from time to time in an attempt to bring more people to my channel so I can have more engagement and more conversation. So, you know, I guess that might make them a bit clickbaity, but I'm more interested in the conversation than I am in the views themselves. Which is why I try to literally answer every single comment that I get. If you put a comment on my channel and I don't answer, it's because somehow it got lost in the spam or questionable, you know, comment, and I had nothing to do with it, and I'll see it years later. And I apologize for that. Let's see. That was a long answer to a simple question. Question 11. What's your favorite video you've ever made? I really liked my BookTube at the Gym tag, which I took on a different persona, which I've carried over to my Victober wrap-up, which I basically talk about bro code rules from the Victorian bro code that I learned from reading Victorian literature, and I have a lot of fun doing that. Not a lot of people watch them, but I really do have fun making those videos. Question 12. In addition to that, I really like the videos I made about racism in the United States of America, corresponding with the Black Lives Matter movement. I like those videos as well. Let's see. Question 12. Do you have a favorite book you read because of BookTube? Jan Foss's Septology, Newpoming by Leanne Betasabasake Simpson. I could go on. I'll leave out all the books that are my favorite books of the last few years. You go look at my favorite fiction and nonfiction books for every year. If you look at those videos, all those books, most of the books on there are books that I was recommended or read because of BookTube. Let's see. Question 13. Do you have a favorite BookTube experience to tell us about? I would just say all the buddy reads. I really enjoyed doing all the buddy reads. Probably one of my favorite was I buddy read Mrs. Dalloway with Hannah's husband David, and that was a great experience because he's not himself a content creator, and he and I both had never read Mrs. Dalloway, and it was just really great to share ideas with him and to be able to talk to him about that book as well. Let's see. Question 14. What does your book collection look like? Fiction, floor to ceiling fiction, nonfiction, and this wall is now short story collections and detective fiction, and then the very limited fantasy that I have mainly left over from when I was a kid. So that's pretty much what it is. I really don't do shelf tours, so sorry about that. Question 15. What advice would you give to new people starting a BookTube channel? I say this, pretty much all the time, and that is to be yourself. Make the videos you want to make. If you are not here to, get thousands and thousands of subscribers and to be an influencer, whatever that means, or to make money from BookTube, then ignore, what's possible, or what's popular, sorry, and make the videos you like. What I would say is your audience will come over time, and it will probably never be that huge audience that we see some booktubers have, and that's okay. Be happy with the audience you have if you're making the content you want to make. That's pretty much it. And the last one is to tag people. Katie tagged a whole bunch of people, and I'm not going to tag anybody except, I will tag Alan from Big Hard Books and Classics because Alan tags me all the time. I will tag, I'll tag Jack, the Rambling Raconteur, one of my good friends here, and I will leave it at that in terms of tags. So I don't think those two people were tagged. Anyway, there you go. There is my version of the BookTube Journey Tag. Links to Katie's original down below, as well as the prompts. Thank you again, Katie, for tagging me. Look forward to your comments in the comment section below, and as always, thank you for watching.